In 300 BC, in the city of Cyprus, there was a wealthy trader named Zeno. During a voyage from Phoenicia to Piraeus, his ship was lost to the sea, taking all of his cargo with it. In a single moment, a force beyond Zeno's or anyone's control stripped him of his wealth and left him destitute. Imagine yourself in Zeno's shoes. How would you react if everything you had worked for your entire life vanished in an instant? Would you be angry? Despondent? Would you feel betrayed by life? Most of us would react with such emotions. But Zeno, who would later become the founder of Stoicism, did not. Sometimes, a single change can ripple through eternity, and a simple shift in perspective can lead to monumental transformations. At its core, Stoicism is built on the principles of acceptance and detachment. After encountering the teachings of Socrates and other philosophers, Zeno developed and began teaching the philosophy of Stoicism. According to his philosophy, while we may not have control over what happens to us, we can control how we respond to these events, and this power is where our focus should lie. Instead of lamenting the loss of his wealth, Zeno chose to remain composed and level-headed, staying calm despite his circumstances. Today, Stoics are often perceived as individuals who are unshakable, those who do not succumb to extremes of emotion, such as anger or anxiety. However, the true essence of Stoicism is far more profound. It is not just a descriptor for emotionless people, but a philosophy that offers a framework to view, understand, and navigate life. It's a worldview that has endured the test of time, remaining just as relevant and beneficial today as it was thousands of years ago. Stoicism equips us with tools to process and reframe negative emotions, transforming them into insights that provide a clearer perspective on life. Perspective is everything, and since each of us experiences the world differently, this philosophy helps us find clarity in our unique viewpoints. Ancient Stoics gathered and taught their philosophy publicly, believing that these teachings should be accessible to everyone, not hidden behind palace gates or confined to exclusive schools. Because of this, Stoic philosophy was embraced by people from all walks of life, from slaves to emperors. Among the most renowned Stoics were Epictetus, whose name means acquired due to his time as a slave, Seneca, a respected statesman, and Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and one of the most powerful figures in history. These early Stoics practiced what they preached, promoting equality and standing against injustice. In fact, the word cosmopolitan, meaning citizen of the world, was coined by the Stoics to reflect their belief in unity and interconnectedness. Today, when we think of cities like New York, Dubai, or London, we associate them with diversity, an ideal the Stoics championed long ago. In their time, women were generally barred from studying philosophy, but the Stoics rejected this norm. Musonius Rufus, a teacher of Epictetus, famously argued that women were just as capable of pursuing virtue and wisdom as men, declaring that they too should have the opportunity to live well through philosophy. Even when it was unpopular, Stoics stood by the idea that anyone, regardless of gender, could embrace Stoic principles. But why do so many people adopt Stoicism as a way of life? In a world full of uncertainties, our emotions often get the better of us. It's not the bad things themselves that upset us, but the unexpected nature of these events. For instance, rain is a blessing. It nourishes crops, sustains livestock, and cools the earth. Yet, if you're caught in the rain without an umbrella, it can feel like a miserable experience. Over time, we've learned to expect rain, accepting it as a natural part of life. Stoicism teaches us to approach all challenges with this mindset. Expect that bad things will happen, prepare for them, and be at peace with their inevitability. One Stoic exercise: voluntary discomfort. is designed to foster gratitude by exposing oneself to hardship. Sleeping on the floor, taking cold showers, or eating simple meals like plain potatoes are examples of this practice. These exercises remind us that no matter how challenging life becomes, we can endure and even thrive if our mindset is resilient. In a world dominated by consumerism, where we're constantly told that happiness lies in acquiring the next big thing, the teachings of Stoicism are more relevant than ever. Many of us base our self-worth on external achievements or possessions, only to find ourselves disappointed when these things fail to bring lasting happiness. Stoicism urges us to detach from external validation and focus on inner growth. As Seneca wisely observed, learning to live with less creates space for the things that truly matter. The Stoics emphasized the importance of controlling our reactions to events rather than trying to control the events themselves. This principle, known as the dichotomy of control, is central to Stoic philosophy. Epictetus put it succinctly: the chief task in life is to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not. This mindset is especially relevant in creative pursuits. For example, as a YouTuber, you can control the effort you put into creating content, researching, scripting, filming, and editing, but you cannot control how the audience or algorithm responds. Judging success based on effort rather than outcome aligns with Stoic teachings and prevents unnecessary disappointment. Stoicism also teaches us to reframe setbacks as opportunities for growth. Consider a worker denied a promotion. Instead of assuming they're unworthy, they could recognize that external factors, budget cuts, or a more qualified candidate might have influenced the decision. By focusing on their own performance and continuing to improve, they could achieve their goal in the future. This shift in perspective is vital for maintaining resilience. The four Stoic virtues, wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice, are the foundation of this philosophy. Wisdom is the ability to discern between what we can and cannot control. Courage is the determination to persist and resist adversity. Temperance encourages moderation, reminding us that true wealth lies in having enough rather than excess. And justice, the highest virtue, teaches us to act in the service of others, fostering harmony and fairness. History offers countless examples of Stoicism in action. Nelson Mandela, for instance, endured 27 years in prison yet emerged as a leader advocating unity and reconciliation. Inspired by the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Mandela exemplified Stoic values, urging his nation to move forward rather than dwell on past injustices. In modern times, Stoicism has influenced psychological practices like rational emotive behavioral therapy, REBT, and logotherapy. These approaches help individuals challenge negative thought patterns and find purpose in life, echoing Stoic principles. Ultimately, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what truly matters, our inner values, and the things we can control. By practicing self-worth and embracing life's uncertainties, we can navigate challenges with grace and resilience, finding peace even in turbulent times. As the Stoics remind us, everything has an end, and that's okay. What matters is how we choose to live in the time we have.